Mario Superstar Baseball. It's the best baseball game to pick up for beginners. The best one is MLB Power Pros, but that's a different video. If you love something, you're in the best position to critique it. I've poured more hours into this game than any other. This one has flaws that make you want to rage like David Ortiz with a dugout phone.
This is the only game I can recall where my skill level surpasses the computer.
That's not a brag, this game came out in 2005. Also, this is my recording setup. If you can, give a like and subscribe, and one day I can use a capture card for everything. If not, forgive the electrical lines, I'll do my best to edit them. For me, at this point, the biggest test is to play the challenge mode. You start with a team of lower tier players, in the hopes of completing missions to recruit the other team's players. You can buy power-ups and special items by beating mini-games or Bowser Jr. Again, you don't have to, but it does even the playing field. You don't start off with your special abilities, you have to buy them from the shop. My first issue is the exhibition mode doesn't allow you to pick multiple colors of the same player. It's limiting for no reason, and the challenge mode is proof it's possible. Toad, Shy Guy, Dry Bones, Hammer Bros, and many others get neglected. There are 32 base characters to choose from, but if they allowed duplicates, it would be over 50. That's enough players to field 2 full teams. It would also add another challenge element because there are almost too many great players. We need more bad players or a super hard game level. Tell me if you disagree, but actually there may be something to this. In the challenge mode, on the hardest setting, in the final game, the longest you play is for 7 innings. It's weird that a game called Mario Baseball wouldn't play the full game. That's like if Mario Golf only had 14 holes in the final course. Let's talk about the recruiting missions. They are, for all intents and purposes, a side mission. You don't have to do them to beat the game. Yet, when you don't do them, the game treats you like you're useless. It's demoralizing. Baseball is a game of redemption, but this is abuse. And you're going to have to get used to hearing that sound. I hear that sound every time I mess up. My biggest issue is the missions don't give you the best baseball decision. Take a look here. I got the mission, hit a sacrifice fly. A sacrifice fly creates an out and moves the runner. A base hit creates another runner and moves any runners on base along. In all cases, a base hit is better than a sac fly. But because I overperform the demand, I'm a failure? Their logic is crazy. The imaginary coach making these demands is an egomaniac. No sac fly? It's a bit intense when you're already winning the game. You can say the same thing about the mission, drop a successful squeeze bunt. I don't want to risk giving a struggling pitcher an out. I believe in my players. RBI double. Failure. They do the same thing on defense. I keep getting the mission, strike them out. A strikeout is at minimum 3 pitches. A ground out could be 1 pitch, in which case, it's better and more efficient to get the player out than strike them out. It would have been a lot better to keep the missions generic to allow more positive outcomes to count. Get a hit, get the player out, Don't Let Them Score Even One Run would all be better missions, even if it meant less variety. Also, Don't Let Them Score Even One Run. That is way too wordy. Just say don't let them score a run. The word even has no business being there. The other issue is a lack of control for fielders. Routine plays are not routine in this game. Look here, the third baseman runs away from the ball. A course like Peach's Castle, thanks to the hidden blocks, makes player control worse. Sometimes you can see the madness coming. You know the pop-up is going to hit the block, and there's nothing you can do. Besides, watch your fielder fail to react to something you saw coming off the bat. The barrel in DK Jungle does this too. It's surprising because Mario Strikers easily allows players on the field to shift control. Mario Strikers also got a Switch installment, so with Nintendo, soccer gets all the attention. They could have programmed one of the buttons on the controller to shift fielder control. Base running in this game is as forgiving as it can be. Until it's not. You can press the X button to return and you'd still be picked off returning to the base. Meanwhile, in baseball, a pickle is the hardest situation to get out of. If you know you're not going to make it to the base in time, often, you can return to the base safely to try again next pitch. As long as the pitcher winds up, you'll make it there in time, no matter who is running. For this reason, stolen bases are easy. There is one exception: lineouts to the infield when there are runners on base. It's an issue. The runners automatically go. Then when the ball is lined out to the infield, you have to smash the X button twice to get the runner to go back. Otherwise, the delay from the computer doing it automatically increases the chance you're picked off. I've had balls hit to the right fielder turn into outs at first base. If you're scoring at home, that would be a 9-3. Are the runners too slow? The fielder's arms too strong? Or more likely, this points to an imbalance in the game. Mario Superstar Baseball will always be better than its sequel, thanks to the lack of motion controls, if and when Nintendo decides to release another installment for the Switch. Please do it. The most motion control I want to see is the ability to use a wireless controller. If I wanted motion controls, I'd join a slow-pitch softball league and have a coach who took each game too seriously. I hate each and every single one of you, and I'll see you all next week. There are a lot of baseball games available on the Nintendo Switch, but none have the simplicity of Mario Baseball. At this point, I'd be happy with a low-effort HD remake. That's because I enjoy baseball as much as Nintendo loves making you buy the same game twice. In the meantime, I will continue to play Mario Superstar Baseball while coming up with new titles for what I think the third installment would be. I'm thinking Super Mario Pitch Clock or Super Mario Charge the Mound.